May I come in, sir? Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sirs.
Please take a seat.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your name is Sourabh Mishra.
Yes, ma'am.
You are from Bhubaneswar, Odisha.
Yes, ma'am.
And you like to sing and listen to classical, contemporary and vernacular music.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of vernacular music do you like?
Ma'am, in Odia music, we have mainly the Odissi music,
Okay.
which is a very classical form that is practiced in our state. It basically speaks of the Jagannath cult that we have in our state. The devotional song that sings of the various incidents in Krishna, whatever he did in his...
Okay, you also like to read newspaper.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you read today's newspaper?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Tell me 3 important economic news of today.
Ma'am, today the first thing was related to the fiscal policy, the fiscal deficit, the inflation related to the price of goods. Secondly,
What is the current inflation rate?
it is, ma'am, it is at 5%.
Is it?
Ma'am, RBI has projected it to go up to 5. But
Go up to 5.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But currently, it's somewhere at that point.
Okay, tell me any other news that you've read today.
Ma'am, mostly I could not find much time today because I had to prepare
Tell
for
me
the
about
interview.
yesterday.
Yesterday there was a news regarding the disaster, the committee that they are forming to find out the carrying capacity of the states that are prone to floods and rainfall.
Okay.
And there was also news on the One Nation, One Election policy.
Okay.
There was news on G20 where our Prime Minister had called...
You're a civil engineer, and since we're discussing floods and droughts,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
tell me how, in long run, let's say 20 years down the line,
Yes,
how India can deal with challenges of alternate flood and drought?
Ma'am, we have to plan our infrastructure in such a manner that it is sustainable as well as inclusive. Our projects that we are building need to be very conscious. Not only should we think of the economical aspects, but also we should think of the various other factors that govern what. For example, let's say Shimla is a big tourist place in Himachal Pradesh. Now, Shimla, as of now, it is overburdened with the influx of tourists every year. What we can do is we can create some additional hotspots for tourists in the adjoining towns and villages.
You studied in Srinagar.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me geographically what is unique about Dal Lake.
Ma'am, I'm not aware of it, sorry.
It's okay. Your father works in MSME department.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you name 2-3 policies that government has brought out lately for MSME sector?
Ma'am, there are 2 that I can recall of right now. One is the Lakpati Didi scheme, which trains the women to earn at least 1 lakh per annum as per their skills. There's another one. It is also related to craftsmanship. It's Vishwakarma scheme, where the artisans are taught in those skills which actually have been passed through generational trade.
Okay, my last question to you would be, do you know any good woman engineer? Civil engineer?
Ma'am, can I take some time to
Please.
reflect? No, ma'am, it's not, I'm not able to recall right
It's
now.
all right.
Saurabh, can you sing a song for me? Odia song. The most famous Odia song.
Yes, sir, I can. It's once again related to the, it's Odissi music kind of. Nandi ghosa toro ataki gola bada sankha thare kiye se bhakata kete apanar डाकिला चंदन पुरे डाकिला चंदन पुरे कालिया रे डाकिला चंदन पुरे.
Can you raise 2 notes to this?
Yes, sir. नंदी घुसा तोरा अटकी गला
Fine, done. Can you tell me what is hotspot? You have used word hotspot now.
Yes, sir. Geologically speaking, hotspot is a place where a volcano would come out, where there are no plates. It comes directly from the core. Normally, we see that volcanic eruptions take place where there is a conjoining of the plate boundaries. For example, in India, the Malwa Plateau is an example of such a hotspot.
Hotspot in ecology?
Ecology, in ecological terms, sir, we have the biodiversity hotspots, which are once again areas which are given extensive legislation and which are protected by the government from construction, farming and other anthropogenic activities. And these are the most eco-sensitive zones of our country.
Now, cricket and football.
Yes,
If you are a owner of a channel like Star Sports,
yes.
which sport would you like to broadcast?
Sir, I would like to broadcast more and more football because I think cricket has plenty of awareness. So I would like to shift the focus more on football so that more people are aware of it and more people start taking it up as their favorite sport.
But what about the advertisement? You cannot play advertisement during football, and cricket is awesome sport in terms of advertisement.
Yes, sir. Definitely, in terms of revenue, cricket is the one that obviously is the headline sport of our country. So, initially, the planning has to be made in such a manner that we give enough time that the both can coexist. For example, we may not promote the headline cricket sports. For example, nowadays there are a lot of local leagues of cricket that are coming up, like the Tamil Nadu Cricket League, UP Cricket League is underway right now. We could broadcast something like that, but we could broadcast every major football league of the globe. For example, the European leagues, the Indian Super League, currently the Durand Cup was being played. So those things could be highlighted in our channel.
What type of soil is used for the construction of pitch, cricket pitch?
Sir, it is clay, but I cannot exactly, I am not able to tell what it is.
Fine. Sir.
Mr. Sourabh,
Yes, sir.
you are the head of your BTech project.
Yes, sir.
What was your BTech project?
Sir, my BTech project was road safety related to features that we found out by survey. For example, we took the data from our police stations adjoining in my own city in Bhubaneswar. We collected the data from the SP office, and then we did a survey. What was the causative reasons for those accidents? After that, what we did was there was a person in our group who was actually he knew a bit of machine learning as well. So he trained the data in such a manner that when we feed a set of conditions, for example, the motorist's age, his gender, the time at which he is riding, his state, whether he is drunken or not. So those things, if we input, it gives us a probability of what percentage the chance is there that the accident could happen. This was the project, sir.
Was it useful for as a civil engineer for the road design of road, or was the data analysis useful for us?
Sir, we had
How we
recommended.
can use it?
Sir, we had in certain stretches where more accidents were, where more frequency of accidents was seen. We were recommending that we should have manning of those joints. We also recommended rotary in some portions where the traffic was especially high and there was great intersection of the traffics. So in that way, we had made a lot of suggestions. And we were appreciated by our department, and sir had actually forwarded that to the UBA scheme, the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan scheme at that point of time. But
Your whole team was in Odisha.
no, sir, it was a college project. It was my 4th year project. So we were, I was from Odisha, 2 of my friends were from Uttar Pradesh, and there was another PhD scholar with us, who was in 2nd year of his PhD. So he was from Jammu and Kashmir itself.
But you were the head.
Yes, sir.
On what basis you were selected as the head of the project?
Sir, because the entire concept I had thought of, and I used to, if they gave me raw data of something, I used to tabulate the data, make Excel sheets out of it, and then I provided the exact inputs that on which the programming on machine learning could be done.
Since you were in Srinagar,
Yes, sir.
so what are the road safety signs that we use in a hilly roads? Road safety signs, talk about it. Yeah.
Sir, I'm not exactly aware of this, but for
But you
landslide
might have
prone,
traveled in that region.
Yes, sir.
You had a project related to road, so you might have seen it.
sir, there are warning signs for landslides ahead. That is one of them. There are also there are not much railway and all those infrastructure are not there in that part, so that is not there. There are majorly signs of one lane, because the Jammu Srinagar route in some days it becomes a one-way route. So those signages are there in plenty. Those are also struck down. Those are not fixed signs. Those are mobile signs that are used there. In addition to that, the tunnel infrastructure that is there, there are a lot of warning numbers, helpline numbers that are there.
What do you understand by a green highway?
Sir, I'm not sure of it.
So you want to have a guess?
Yes, sir, if
Okay.
you may allow. Sir, I feel that a green highway is one that is constructed with green bitumen or pavement materials that
What
are
is green bitumen?
that uses less of petroleum based products.
Bitumen is always made of petroleum.
Yes, sir. Sir, ethanol based products, I believe, sir.
Srinagar is in which seismic zone?
Sir, it is in zone 4.
Zone 4.
Yes, sir.
Sure about it?
Yes, sir.
Delhi is in which zone?
Delhi is in zone 3, sir.
How many zones are there?
There are 4 zones, sir.
Which?
There is zone 5, zone 4, zone 3, and zone 2.
Where is zone 1?
Zone 1 used to be there, that was struck down by the latest code or the recent code.
Odisha is in which zone?
Much of Odisha comes in zone 2, but Bhubaneswar comes under zone 3.
Okay. So what is a soft storage?
Sir, I'm not sure.
Base isolation structure. What do you understand by base isolation?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
How would you make a structure earthquake resistant? You were in Srinagar,
Yes, sir.
which is a highly earthquake prone zone. It is in zone 5 actually.
Yes, sir.
So you might have, and you are a civil engineer also.
Yes.
So how would you make a structure earthquake resistant? What are the various measures one can take in
Yes.
design?
Sir, in terms of reinforcement, we could do ductile designing. There's a separate code for that. I'm not able to recall now, sir. But ductile designing of the reinforcement could be done. Retrofitting of the structures can be done.
New structure, why you will retrofit?
Yes.
What earthquake resistant measure you can take?
Sir, we could have shear walls in case it's a long story structure. In addition to that, we could use ground improvement techniques. For example, we could do soil improvement by lime and.
Done, sir.
Okay. So, Sourabh, tell me, what is Magnus effect?
Sir, I'm not sure currently, sir.
Okay. Have you heard of banana cut in the football? Since you play football.
Sir, I've heard of it, but I'm not able to recall right now, sir.
So, while a player hits a ball, the ball takes a curve.
Yes, sir.
What is that called?
Sir, that is due to Magnus effect. That one I know. But
Why it doesn't take, you don't know. Okay. What is hydrostatic paradox?
sir, hydrostatic paradox is that the sides of the wall, they don't exert as much pressure as it is at the bottom.
Why do we call it paradox?
Sir, because according to Pascal's law, every point should be subjected to uniform pressure, which does not happen in the case of that.
But in case of a wall and bottom is exerted by higher pressure. Walls are exerted by lower pressure. So where is the equality?
Sir, there is no equality. That is why that's a
Okay.
paradox.
Tell me, what are the assumptions in derivation of Bernoulli's equation?
Sir, fluid flow should be steady, incompressible. In addition to that, fluid flow should be laminar. The flow should be irrotational, inviscid. That's all I can recall.
Okay. What is the governing equation for turbines, hydraulic turbines?
Sir, I'm not able to recall.
Okay. Tell me, what is difference between high carbon steel and a mild steel?
It differs by the percentage of carbon in the steel alloy.
What is the percentage?
Sir, I'm forgetting the exact values right now. So if you could allow me to take a guess. In case of medium steel, it is somewhat around 1.5%.
Okay.
And in high carbon steel, it is high as much as up to 2.5, 2.6%.
Okay. And low carbon steel?
Low carbon steel is 0.15% and thereabout.
Okay. Tell me, what is Young's modulus?
Young's modulus is the slope that is obtained by the stress strain curve as per Hooke's law.
Okay. So, is it the ratio of what?
It is the ratio of the longitudinal stress by the longitudinal I'm sorry, sir. It is the ratio of the normal stress by the longitudinal strain.
Okay. What is the Young's modulus for a high carbon steel and a medium carbon steel or a low carbon steel? How would the Young's modulus of these three vary?
Sir, I am not aware right now.
Okay. What are reinforcements?
Reinforcements are given in a concrete structure in order to boost its tensile strength.
Okay. So, that is only provided to concretes, or we can use it other places as well?
We can use it in other structures as well.
Okay. So, in case of civil structure, what type of reinforcements we use?
We mainly use in the concrete structures, we use steel reinforcements. In some buildings nowadays, the bamboo is also being used because it is also something that has good tensile strength.
Okay. What is the fiber?
So, of the bamboo?
No. Fiber is a general term. Bamboo is made up of fibers.
Yes.
But what is a fiber?
Sir, a fiber is the it's the thinnest part of the cross section. It's a single cross section that can be observed.
So, can we say the reinforcement or the steel bars that we use, those are fibers?
Sir, in a way we can say that. For example, in pre-stressed structures, we use fibers of very high tensile strength, which are used as the reinforcement, which are pre-stressed.
Okay, thank you.
Sourabh,
Yes, ma'am.
where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Ma'am, if by God's grace I get selected, I see myself as working as an engineer and contributing in whatever department is allotted to me. If not, I feel that I will be shifting in academic lines and in those places where I can put my technical knowledge to a good use and for the betterment of the society.
Have you ever lied to anyone?
Ma'am, depending on the situation, but
Tell me which was the last lie that you told somebody. Have you lied in this interview?
ma'am, in this interview, I have not lied because all the questions have been such that required factual answers, so I did not have to resort to a lie. The last lie probably that I did tell was to my landlord that I was going to be at the room for the day, but I'm here for the interview.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Sourabh.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Please wait outside. We'll call you back in some time.
Thank you.
Please take your seat.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sourabh, have you faced the interview board before?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you given any other mock?
No, ma'am, not yet.
When is your interview?
Ma'am, it's not scheduled as of now.
Okay, so you have ample of time.
Yes, ma'am.
How will you assess your performance today?
Ma'am, I was weaker on the technical part, definitely, and I was not able to give satisfactory answers. I was fumbling a lot.
Sourabh, I must tell you, you are a very good candidate.
Thank you.
you have everything that is required to qualify this interview. Your communication skills are excellent, your calm, composure, it is going to help you a lot when you will be facing the board. The way you enter, the way you greet, your humbleness, your modesty, it all shows. Your honesty, your integrity, that is also reflected in your interview. However, as you rightly said, you're weak on some technical knowledge parts.
Yes.
And as my fellow colleagues were telling me, you have secured very high rank in GATE examination.
Yes.
So the benchmark for you is going to be different than others. The panel will believe that you have more knowledge than others when it comes to technical subjects. However, on that front, you were lacking. Now, what I feel is, and what we all together feel is that, you see, you cannot shape somebody's personality in 10-20 days. But since you've come here, you have it in you. You have the technical knowledge. The only thing you've not done is you've not revised properly.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the time to revise properly all the technical subjects. Rest, everything is on the right track. I have no advice for you on other fronts. The only thing you can work on is brush up your technical skills, because that is going to be a determining factor
Yes.
in your evaluation
Yes, ma'am.
on the D-Day. Do you have any questions for us?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so do you want to add something?
यस मैम. मेंस में मार्क्स कितने एक्सपेक्ट करो प्री मेंस में?
सर मेंस में पेपर 1 में 220 और पेपर 2 में 200.
अच्छा, और प्री में?
प्री में 255.
तो 420 इधर हो गए और
255.
255.
670.
ठीक है, 670 के आसपास. ठीक है. तो लास्ट में मैडम ने जब वो पूछा था कि झूठ बोला है, लाई,
सर
नजरें बिल्कुल नीचे हो गई थी. तब लग रहा था कि आप झूठ बोल रहे हो.
ओके सर.
ठीक है, बिल्कुल नीचे देख लिया था आपने, बिल्कुल
पर ठीक है,
डाउन. ठीक
उतना
है,
तो
हाँ.
क्या ही.
बाकी पूरे इंटरव्यू में फ्लॉलेस थे.
ओके सर.
ठीक है.
और झूठ अच्छा बोला, सही झूठ बोला, हार्मलेस झूठ था कि लैंडलॉर्ड को.
That was very good.
हाँ, परफेक्टली. ठीक है, एक एक स्टैंडर्ड किताब उठा के पढ़ जाओ,
हाँ सर.
शुरुआत से अंत तक. ट्रांसपोर्टेशन आपका टॉपिक रहा है, बीटेक प्रोजेक्ट का, उसको और अच्छे से पढ़ जाओ, अपना बीटेक प्रोजेक्ट पढ़ जाओ, you'll rock.
और जो सर अभी बता रहे हैं टेक्निकल वाले टॉपिक्स, आप लिखना चाहो तो लिख सकते हो, या फिर आप ऐसे ही सुन लीजिए, ये ज़रूर करके जाइएगा.
यस मैम. सर मैं वो उस पर वर्क करूँगा सर.
श्रीनगर जोन 5 में है, सारे सिस्मिक जोन्स पता होने चाहिए. सिंस यू आर फ्रॉम श्रीनगर, वो अर्थक्वेक प्रोन जोन है सबसे ज़्यादा इंडिया में.
हाँ सर.
अर्थक्वेक रेजिस्टेंट स्ट्रक्चर, सॉफ्ट स्टोरेज क्या होती है, सब पता होना चाहिए आपको. तो और उड़ीसा से हो तो बीचेस के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. बीच सैंड क्यों नहीं यूज़ कर सकते कंक्रीट बनाने के लिए, इस टाइप के सवाल. साइक्लोन्स वहाँ क्यों ज़्यादा आते हैं, साइक्लोन के अगेंस्ट फिर स्ट्रक्चर वो कैसे डिज़ाइन करें, वो भी एक प्रॉब्लम है.
हाँ सर.
बाकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स वर गुड, थोड़ा ब्रश अप और करो.
सर
बहुत
अर्थक्वेक
अच्छा.
एक्चुअली वो फॉर्मली उसके लिए प्रिपेयर ही नहीं किया था, ESE और गेट.
कोई बात नहीं, अब करना पड़ेगा.
थोड़ा तो पढ़ना
भाई,
पड़ेगा.
करना
आपके
पड़ेगा.
सिविल इंजीनियरिंग का तो पार्ट है ना,
हाँ सर.
आपके सिलेबस का भी पार्ट है अर्थक्वेक.
हाँ सर.
और आपके ESE का सिलेबस भी है अर्थक्वेक.
हाँ सर.
हो जाएगा, कोई खास
ब्रश अप आप अपना वही फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स वाज एक्सट्रीमली वीक.
हाँ सर.
आपने कुछ भी आंसर नहीं दिया. सो आई वुड से कि आप कर लोगे, देयर इज़ नो डिफिकल्टी इन दैट, बट आप सारे सब्जेक्ट्स कवर कर लो.
ठीक है सर. ठीक.
Thank you. All the best. We hope to see your name in the finalist.
थैंक यू.
Marks we
Yes, for now we are giving you 120 marks,
ओके मैम.
but we see potential of 150, 155 in you.
थैंक यू मैम.
And we hope that you wouldn't let us down.
ओके मैम. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू सो मच.